How's it going, guys? My name is Tavarish, and this is my second channel where we take a more relaxed and behind-the-scenes look at stuff I do on my main channel. Now, this is my flooded McLaren P1. Well, I got it after it was flooded, and as you can tell, we've done a lot of work to it, and I wanted to show you guys exactly, well, how we got this thing so clean, because when we first got this car, it was super dirty. I mean, hundreds of pounds of sand and mud and crap were in this car, and we got it to a really, really nice shine over here. And if you take a look right here, all these components, everything here was underwater at some point. And the way that we made this really, really clean is with a process called dry ice cleaning. And today, I want to show you exactly what dry ice cleaning does, because we have a part that has no business being on a car. It is super, super filthy. We're going to make it look almost brand new. So take a look at this. This is a Tremec T56 transmission, and this is actually from an Aston Martin V12 Vanquish that when you send it over to Aston Martin in the UK, you can actually have it converted to manual, and this was a manual conversion. Now, a few of you will know that I used to own that car, and I was going to convert it to manual, and I actually got the transmission, but I ended up selling the car to Tyler Hoover, and now he has it, but I still have the transmission, and I got this in really, really bad shape. You can see that it is, well, it was in quite a decent garage fire, and as it turns out, I'm just selling this transmission, so the person that I sold it to, he knows the condition of it. He's going to rebuild everything, but I wanted to clean it up for him, and the best way to do that is to dry ice it.
You just touched that with your hand?
Yeah.
Where's your gloves? Bro, you're a badass.
For so long, bro. So for those of you that don't know, dry ice cleaning is one of the ways you can get anything really, really clean, like on a molecular level. So essentially what this machine does is it feeds a mixture of dry ice and high pressure air, and it hits the, like, it does a few things, right? So
Three things. Yes, it's super simple, really. There's kinetic energy just from the pellet hitting, just like any other media blasting. So there's some kinetic value in that regard. Then there's the actual particle being 108 degrees negative Fahrenheit. So it's super cold, and we know that cold makes things shrink. So that helps. So the thing that you're trying to remove from the surface loses some adhesion, so it can't stick anymore. And the third thing happens is when that actually sublimates, it doesn't melt, but on impact, it sublimates to a gas, from a solid to a gas. That is an 800 times the size expansion. So it's like a miniature bomb times millions of particles at the same time.
And you can buy a dry ice machine on Amazon or whatever for cheap. You don't want to do that because you want to get one of these, and this is an IC410S. This is basically a Rolls-Royce or a Bugatti of dry ice cleaning. This is going to make short work of anything we have. And it's also been honed by this guy. He has a lot of opinions on how to make things better, and he's worked with the manufacturer to make this as good as possible. This is a newer version. I guess this is the production version, right? That we're seeing here. Yeah. So it's gonna be something. Also, if I didn't mention, Scott makes his own dry ice, which is nuts. I don't even know how you do that. I don't know. Is there like a dry ice tree, or is like how does it?
No, we take the liquid CO2 in that tank over there, and as soon as it becomes in an ambient, non-pressurized state, it automatically turns into dry ice. And so that's the form that we use it, but it's powder. It's not dense enough. So the machine compacts the dry ice into pellets, and it looks like a pasta machine, basically.
Yeah, it looks like little spaghetti, but these guys right here.
All right, ears. You guys, you know where the ear protection is.
Yeah, let's put on some ears and protect ourselves and take that transmission out of the Prius. It is really easy to keep wrenching, well, until you can't wrench anymore. But it's super, super important to remember to stay hydrated, and that's where today's sponsor, Liquid IV, comes in. Now, Liquid IV has 3 times the electrolytes of leading sports drinks. It's also more hydrating than water alone, and it has 8 vitamins and nutrients, and it tastes great. So I am all about this raspberry melon flavor. It tastes great, and you can go check it out in the link in the video description below right now. Dude, this looks fantastic. It looks, well, it doesn't look brand new, but it doesn't look like it's been in a fire, at least not a very big one, but this is the power of dry ice. I love this process. I love when we did it to the P1 multiple times, and I like when we take stuff like this that seemingly looks like it will never ever work again, and now it's going to get a new lease on life. Now all the new buyer has to do is replace all the seals and gaskets and stuff, and I think she should be good to go. But I think Scott, who is behind us right now, he wants to play around a little bit and clean up a Prius or something. There's also a car alarm going off. Nice. Right when I stop talking, that's when it goes off. Honestly, this is Scott, you have outdone yourself, my friend. This looks like a very good, decent transmission. It looks honest.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you so much, man. You're always a lifesaver, and the transformation on this has been quite substantial. But you have some cool stuff in your garage, right?
Fun stuff. Yeah.
Can we go?
Got some new. Yeah. Just come in
Can we go
for
take a
tour.
look?
Yeah.
Let's go take a look in the garage. So welcome to the Working Man's Cave. This is the Dry Slab. This is the little slice of heaven that Scott has made for himself. This is where the P1 got dry ice cleaned twice. And it's a really, really cool setup. So it's almost like a paint booth, but not really. You see over here, behind here is a really big like suction system, and these are filters, and you want to make sure that the air is constantly circulating here because dry ice, it's just CO2, so CO2 has to go somewhere, and if you're in an enclosed environment, you need to have really good airflow. That's why Scott is wearing a full suit and respirator and all that stuff, and he looks like a space cadet. So he has this amazing car. Now you guys might know this car from Car Trek, except for the fact that this is not the Car Trek car. It kind of looks like it. I had a 78 308. This is a 308 with a little bit of a twist. So this is a Ferrari, like a Magnum PI car. This is a GTS, so it has a removable roof, but underneath here is not the V8 that usually came in these cars. This is a V12. It's a Colombo V12 from a 365 Ferrari, right? 365?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. And this thing makes all sorts of noise and all sorts of power, and Scott drives the hell out of this thing, and it is fantastic. This thing is awesome. You want to talk about shoehorning an engine in an engine bay. I don't even know, where's the transmission go?
So transmission's over here, differential's straight down here, and it's all super custom fab.
Wow.
1980s, late 1980s this was done.
So this is like it's like a Ferrari version of an LS swap. You know, like I could put a bigger engine in there. This is definitely a hot rod version, but I've never seen one like this, and never seen one this clean because I've worked on this car. There's not a ton of room for the V8 in there, and then to put 4 more cylinders, that's a tall order. But this is getting a full dry ice treatment, and it looks fantastic. Is this one for sale?
It's gonna go and bring a trailer. Yeah, we did a custom.
Oh no!
Yeah.
How do you do that?
So it's a process.
It's all turned aluminum.
Yeah, you take one of those foam abrasive balls,
Oh.
put it on a drill, and you start here and you plot it out. But you
Good.
can't. Once you start in one corner,
Yeah.
you can't go back and fix a spot. You
No.
you gotta just work your way through.
It looks great.
Yeah, so it's kind of fun.
Yeah, and this is something that no one will ever see, so that's nice.
That's exactly right. No,
Yeah.
my philosophy is there's a lot of 4-post lift guys now.
Oh, okay.
So think about the guy that buys a car and he has it up in the lift, and then he can, as he drops it down, the excitement of seeing the 12-cylinder. So I think we're in this phase in the car world where, yeah, it's fun to drive this stuff, but the conversation, like if you bought a cool car and you couldn't talk about it.
Oh, listen, if you can't say how shiny your toys are, that really is, okay. This is awesome. I mean, I kind of want this. So when you have to drop the engine, is it just like...
It goes out the top.
It goes out the top?
It does.
Oh,
you pull the headers off, you leave them there, and it goes out the top.
Do you need does this require an engine out?
No.
No, you could do belts and stuff.
No.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. Well, this is too rich for my blood. Let's go see something else.
This actually belongs to Richard Buxbaum.
Okay.
Richard is the guy that brought AMG to the U.S.
Okay.
So there's some cool stuff. So he had a couple guys that worked for him. One went on to invent the Swiffer.
Okay.
Another went on to own WeatherTech.
Okay.
So
these are bums. These are poor
nicknamed,
people.
back in the day, he was a sales manager for AMG. He was nicknamed Big Deal.
Okay.
And he's still kind of a big deal. This is not the first pre-merger car in the U.S., but it is the first certified pre-merger U.S. car that anybody could ever state.
So if you guys think Porsche people are pedantic, get on the AMG train, because the pre-merger stuff and the merger we're talking about is the merger between Mercedes and AMG, correct?
Yeah,
yes.
correct. And to answer your question, the ranges are 100 to 200 for this car.
$1,000? Mm-hmm. Oh boy. Okay. So in my mind, This, when I look at this, I see Craigslist postings of $3,500, and then I look at this, and I know that the market has exploded, and this one is a very, very special one. But like, man, that's we're gonna just gloss over a few other cars. There's a Volvo P1800 over here.
400,000 miles.
400,000 miles.
Yes.
Can I buy this today?
Yes.
Okay, what's the price? It's
20.
not dollars.
20,000.
Oh, 1,000.
It's 1/5 the price of the low number.
It's 400,000 miles.
That's a badge of honor, my friend.
There we go. Yeah.
And this is my good friend Turtle Garage, Phil Richter.
Okay.
Calls me one day and says, "Scott, would you dry clean a Samurai for me?"
This is the cleanest Samurai I've ever seen.
So we just had the wheels done. We did dry cleaning. You can see in the back there. He had one in high school. So even though he's got a real cool Mercedes collection and a lot of neat, he's got a pre-war car, 12-cylinder. I said, I'm going to do it, Phil, because I like cleaning cars that are important to people. Not necessarily valuable, but they're important or valuable to people.
Yeah.
And plus my wife had one back in the day, so,
There you go.
have to do it. Oh, 33 Alfa Romeo.
Okay, so 2JZ goes right here. That's a big turbo. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
The cool part about this car is the dash. They made airplanes, too. So the dash is like, instead of being like here, it's up here.
Yeah.
So super deep. But it's a twin cam, 6-cylinder overhead valve. But back in the day, you see a fan?
Yeah.
No. They didn't even have water pumps on early cars because they didn't have traffic.
Yeah. That's insane. I mean, this is a pre-war car with dual overhead cams, which was like the pinnacle of racing technology in the day.
And it was, this is the year that Enzo Ferrari took over as team leader for Alfa. And it's also the year that Mussolini bailed out Alfa for being bankrupt.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of good history. That's a lot of good history. We go from one rare Mercedes to another. This is a Unimog, and it has a backhoe attachment in the back, and then it has a front loader thing in the front. I don't know anything about commercial, machinery. This is heavy machinery, but Scott, he wanted to have it in the shop, which is carpet, by the way. There's carpet down here, and he has this. This is insane. Yeah. So why do you have this?
Well, I was a trade partner with the federal government for 10 years in Caterpillar Tractor, and so I had a lot of background in what they call OD green, olive drab green equipment. And so these sell really well on Bring a Trailer to ranches and large landowners. And so we had a chance to buy it, and it went through the complete rebuild program at Red River. And so they basically take these 1989, 1990 trucks, and they take them down to the frame, and they rebuild them. And this one was done in 2012, I think.
Wow.
So it had $100,000 spent on it.
Man,
of our taxpayer money.
I don't. That's why I live in Florida. But that's awesome.
They're 50 mile an hour. You drive this down the road, 50 mile an hour.
50 must feel like a million miles an hour in this
And I
thing.
think I'm going to paint the teeth on the bucket yellow.
You should paint them red.
And you know that, like the fighter planes where they have that, like that mouth with the teeth?
Yes.
Wouldn't it look like really cool?
Oh, that'd be awesome. We should put splatter some red paint. Be like, well, that's the last guy who crossed me. This is more, classic.
A little more sedate.
This is. So this is not a 300 SL. This is a 190. This is the little sister to the 300 SL, and this is a convertible, and it's fantastic. I love the black on red. Now this is like, how original is this?
Nah. So it's really kind of sad. It was restored by somebody sometime somewhere. We don't know. It came in on trade from Michigan to a Ferrari dealer in South Florida, and they sent it to us to sell for them. So as we cleaned and worked and tweaked on it, it's had some really, really great things done to it, but we don't know the history. So it's kind of disappointing that we can't point to a stack of receipts, like the Ferrari 308 with the 12-cylinder. It's got $100,000 worth of receipts from 1989.
It seems like everything in here has $100,000 worth of something. I'm not a big classic car guy, but I really like the Mercedes 300 SL. It was the fastest car in the world at the time. It had a 6-cylinder engine, had an inline 6 that produced around 220 horsepower. And if you think about that, from 1955, that was absolutely insane. That was, things had probably, 60, 70 horsepower? Like, what was your, usual?
Oh, yeah. I mean, it was very common to have 50 to 70 horsepower. I mean,
Yeah.
the flathead Fords in the late 40s, they were 110, 120 horsepower. And they were the fast cars.
Yeah, and that car did something like 150 miles an hour. And this was the four-cylinder variant of that sort of, body design. It wasn't as fast, and, this was just sort of like the looks, but I think it aged very, very well. Now I'm just going to stop geeking out on this because I kind of want this one too. Hey, there's a Tesla Roadster. So this is a Roadster that actually exists, unlike the Roadster that Elon Musk said was going to come out in 2020 and didn't. So this is having some work done. Headlights. I think the headlights are at my shop.
Dr. Rex.
Yeah. So we're restoring those. We have a really nice Triumph TR6.
Yeah.
And a what I like to call baby poop green. This is what? Do you know the actual color for this?
I don't know, but I know it's a 26,000 original mile car, so it's
There you go.
it's from that standpoint it's acceptable. The color, the shade of colors are
I
acceptable.
actually like the color a lot. It reminds me, there's a BMW E46 M3 color that's very similar to this. And I like the color. It stands out. But yeah, it's like let's call it highlighter.
Nice.
Let's call it highlighter. V10 Audi R8 Spider. This looks like it is a early car, so it'll have the Artronic.
Yes.
Artronic transmission.
It's the cheap car.
It's the cheap car. Ladies and gentlemen, we have reached the cheap portion of this garage.
And it's not $100,000.
It's not 100. This isn't 100 grand?
No.
How much would this car be?
I sold it this morning for 71.
You sold it this morning. All right. I'll give you 7. No, I'm not gonna. I have another one. They're not good. No, this is actually a really good car. The transmission is not like the Gallardo transmissions. They're a little bit more refined. They're a little bit better. And the V10 sounds great. It's super bulletproof, and 71 is that's really, really good money for that. That's a lot of car for that money.
19,000 miles. Yeah, it's a 200 car. It's a good piece.
This is $100,000, right?
This is a customer's car. That's every time I check his website, his building is more full than mine. He doesn't have room for it, so we dry ice cleaned it for him. And it's just been waiting to go back up to North Carolina. Kevin Watts owns this car.
So this is a 280Z, 260.
Yeah, it came to us with a key tag. It said turd brown.
Oh, 240. Okay. Well, yeah, this is brown on browner. Yeah. This is certainly. I love these cars. They have it's such an iconic design, and it's really funny because they got this right, much like the E-Type that they were trying to emulate with this. Jaguar got the E-Type right the first time, and Nissan got the 240 right the first time, and then every iteration after that just got a little bit worse. So this is kind of like is this an original one?
It is. So one thing that I found interesting, a friend sent me an S2000 some years back to sell, a Toyota S2000, and they have these same filler doors. And so I started doing some research, and I didn't realize that Toyota made the S2000, and they're like, meh. Nissan took the design because they didn't want to build anymore.
Really?
So that's where the style of the 240Z actually came from, is the S2000 Toyota.
Well, okay, so we're not talking about the S2000 from Honda in the late 90s, early 2000s. We're talking about the original Toyota. Was it the 2000 GT?
Yes.
Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. The 2000 GT, which is now, God, it's probably $500,000 or something.
Well, we sold ours for 8, but they bounce between 500 and $1 million.
Yeah, we sold ours for 8. It's fine. And then we have the flagship over here. How much oil is this?
No, this is a 32,000 mile. This is the ultimate boomer car right here.
This is the ultimate boomer car? A
Yes.
Tri-5 Chevy is the ultimate boomer car.
No, this is the new boomer.
Okay.
You gotta remember, you gotta move from 10, 20 years ago. Now this is it. This is 89.
This is the car for the millennial who got into some money and watched American Psycho one too many times.
Right.
No, this is amazing. I love the monoblock wheels.
Yes.
Those are cool.
Yes.
This is super clean, man. Oh, it has the phone.
Yes.
It has the phone inside. Yeah. I don't know who you're calling, but...
I mean, look, the back, right? The antenna.
Oh, yeah.
Remember those?
That's so cool. So this is... the foray into the V12 market, which was nuts. In the early 90s, BMW and Mercedes and Bentley and Rolls-Royce, they all had like these big V12 cars. And that actually kind of signed the death note for V12s for a while because they were so big and bulky and hard to work on and stuff like that. But they sounded great. Fun fact, this V12 is kinda, sorta derivative of the one that is in the McLaren F1. So you can say, my BMW has a McLaren F1 engine, and yeah, that's technically true.
Just missing the gold foil.
Yeah, just missing the gold foil. That's it. You just slap some gold foil on it. It's good. Then you had F350 Ranger, which is again brown on browner, and it looks fantastic. Did you win some awards?
So those are for an older couple.
Okay.
We have this bug and a Westphalia in the other room by the Kenworth.
Yeah.
They gave them to us to sell, and they said we have a few trophies. Should we bring those too? And I'm like, oh, of course. If we're going to market something, this is what shows up. So they hit every local car show in Central Florida for 15 years, and this is a collection of their Volkswagen trophies.
Okay. Yeah. How many are participation trophies?
I'd say many.
I see first place,
yeah.
first place, second place. Like seems like a cool car.
Here's the thing.
Now this is I don't know much about these at all. There are Beetles, there are Super Beetles, there are Buggies, there's Herbie recreations. What is this?
A 65 Bug.
Okay.
Yeah. It's a fun, inexpensive collector car.
When you say inexpensive, what is that?
Less than $100,000.
I'm gonna leave.
15 to 18.
15 to 18 grand. That's actually not bad
No.
for something like this. That's really cool. I mean, these things are. If you think about like a modern car, these things are so anemic. Like a regular Camry, not even running on all the cylinders, would blow the doors off this thing. But this is really cool. It's air cooled. It has a design that was arguably styled by
People's car.
Yeah, it was the people's car. It is the people's car. Depends on the kind of people. Right. But it was a really, really cool car. The story of Volkswagen is interesting. They only became a real brand with this car because of the war, because their whole factory got bombed, and then they actually found one of these cars in the rubble, and they decided that they wanted to make it again. So it was really cool. But this is super clean. Does this run?
Yeah.
Okay. How well?
Not
well. Okay, good. Yeah. So normal. So it's
we're
normal.
particular in the statement. You just said, does it run?
Yes. Okay.
Yes, it does. I mean, it ran really well when they used it a lot, but it's just hasn't been used a lot lately, so it needs a tune.
It'll have to go on the dyno. Up the boost. Map the timing. Probably E85. Some pops and crackles. It'll make 600 to the wheels. And then we have this, which is a Rolls-Royce. Is a silver Seraph. Seraph?
I'm not going to correct anybody.
No, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
So they have the silver Spur, the silver Seraph, and the silver, I don't know,
Gold.
silver Alert.
Yeah.
And
12,000 mile car.
Yeah, they don't put many miles on these things, do they?
Well, there's wide and varied reasons why maybe.
That's so much wood.
It is, yes.
There's so much wood in there.
A lot of cows, met their demise to.
How many animals had to die for this car to exist?
I don't know a lot.
Yeah. No, this is amazing. Oh, that. Hold
Right?
on. Just listen to this.
You didn't get it.
I didn't get it. I'm not a man. I gotta close it like a man. All right. Oh.
Yeah.
That's good. Okay, so that is Scott's collection.
Hold on. You cannot be in here without seeing the bikes.
Okay, let's look at the bikes.
You can't. The guy that unloaded these from coming over in the enclosed trailer wheeled them in here, and I don't think he knew that he had $400,000 or $500,000 worth of motorcycles that he was hauling around his trailer.
Are these like 100 each?
That's probably $1.50, and these are plus or minus 100.
I'm gonna back up a little bit.
See,
That's gravel for you.
yeah, they're wacky. I had no idea.
So these are.
But they're interesting. They're twin overhead cam. These are Colombo had a hand in designing these motors.
Wow. So they went from the V12 to one of these.
4-cylinder.
Yeah.
But they're really interesting. And all of these bikes went through the lighter weight conversion by Mani, M-A-G-N-I. You don't pronounce a G, I guess, in Italy, so it's Mani. So they have these conversions. They all were original propeller shafts.
Okay.
And so guys wanted the chains because they're lighter weight. And so these all had the conversions done.
These are, so I didn't even know that bikes could get that expensive. I honestly did not know. Good thing I didn't kick one over. No, this is really, really cool. Now, if any of you know anything about these bikes, then
tell me.
Yeah, tell him. And then these are also going to be for sale at some point.
They are,
right?
yeah.
Yeah. So look out for them on Bring a Trailer, because that's
maybe.
Yeah, maybe.
I don't know on these. Yeah, we haven't decided. I got to understand what they are first, you know. And I'm a little disappointed.
Email Scott.
You didn't
bother him.
You didn't catch these three are $100,000 each.
Yeah. No.
I think we're gonna call this the $100,000 garage.
Yeah, exactly. Everything here is $100,000 except for the stuff that isn't. So I want to thank you, Scott, for cleaning up the transmission, also cleaning up the P1, and cleaning up every other car that I bring here, because you do a fantastic job. Yeah. And this is the place to go where you want to have dry ice cleaning. Not only cleaning, but learning about dry ice, buying the machines. This is the man to talk to. And we have been geeking out for a very long time. I did not know what the scope of this video was, but we're just having fun. So I hope you guys like it, and I'll see you next time.